It's been a heck of a run for Luka, Kyrie, Jason Kidd, and the Dallas Mavs. Up 3-0 in their series against the team many picked to win the West and even win it all in the Timberwolves. Tonight, the Mavs will look to take out the Brooms like Boston on the Wolves' home floor. After a tumultuous stretch of seasons in Brooklyn, Kyrie Irving is 1 win away from returning to the NBA Finals for the first time since going to 3 in a row from 2015 to 2017. Kyrie's 14-0 record in closeout games is the best in NBA history, and his Mavs will look to complete the sweep of the Wolves tonight. All right. Perk, tell me this. Has this season transformed Kyrie's career?
Oh, absolutely. And Molly, before we start, hold on, let me say this. Before we start pulling and applauding for Kyrie Irving, we need to start getting these apologies out there, okay? They need to be as loud as everybody were when they were criticizing Kyrie, and I'm one of them. Let me start off by apologizing, because I had a lot of disrespectful things to say about Kyrie. I thought Kyrie didn't give a damn about the game of basketball, but a different situation, a different coach, a team that's going to embrace him, a team that's going to actually be on his side, we're seeing the best version of Kyrie Irving right now. And what he has done from a leadership aspect for us leading this Dallas Mavericks team, being the voice in that locker room, being a mentor to Luka, and performing at a high level, he has definitely proved a lot of people wrong. I don't know exactly what all went on down there with, when he was with the Brooklyn Nets, but to come from being part of one of the biggest failures in NBA history to changing it over and coming down here with Dallas and on the verge of taking this team and helping a young and upcoming superstar Luka Doncic go to the NBA Finals, I must say, I need to see those apology letters out right now, and they need to be signed.
Guys, Go ahead, UD. Go ahead.
I'm going to say this, man. I'm going to say this. It reminds me of when we got Jimmy Butler. When Jimmy came from Minnesota and everybody understood the issues that he had in Minnesota, and when he was going at people in practice telling them, I go at you and you can't stop me and you can't stop me, and he didn't fit in there. You put a guy, and I said this when in Jimmy, you take a dog out the kennel and you put him in, you take a dog away from playing with other guys and you put him in a kennel with other dogs and he fits right in perfectly. You put Kyrie in a situation where he fits in perfectly, where he's accepted, where he's wanted, where he's appreciated, and then you see the best version of Kyrie. I'm not saying that the situations he was in are the reason why he acted the way he acted, because every grown man is responsible for their own actions. But I will say that the situation he is in now, he is embraced. He is with Jason Kidd, who's a Hall of Famer, who's an Olympian, who's possibly going to be a championship coach. We'll see. But he won championships. So now you're in a situation with somebody who's relatable to you, somebody who you respect, and somebody whose word holds weight with you. You know what I'm saying? We all know that's a little bit different when we're talking to somebody who maybe is an analytical coach or a guy that ain't never played the game. When it's coming from a guy that's been there and he know where you're trying to get to, those words and those messages translate differently.
I agree with you guys, but I think there has to be a level of growth and maturity on Kyrie's part. Let's not forget, he wanted out of Cleveland after they won the championship, went back to the finals, and lost in 5 games. He wanted out. He was on this talented team. Remember now, when he went to Boston, they had JT and they had JB Perk. They were there. They were young. So imagine Kyrie this mature, this level of Kyrie with that team. They should have probably had 2 or 3 championships by now anyway. He goes to Brooklyn. Whatever happened to Brooklyn, we know about the vaccine. We know about the tweet, the book, and whatever case may be. But I think what Kyrie is doing in Dallas is what LeBron tried to do for him. And, sometimes when you're young and your mom and dad trying to tell you something, you don't want to hear it. It takes somebody else. Perk, you know this firsthand. You coach your son. Your son listen to other coaches more than he listen to you, and you right there in his house, and you trying to tell him you played in the NBA, and those guys probably didn't go past YMCA, but it's different coming from someone else. Kyrie had to mature. Kyrie had to grow up. And I think everything you said, guys, are absolutely correct. He's somewhere where he's embraced. He feels he's being respected because for whatever reason, he didn't want to play alongside LeBron James any longer. For whatever reason, he didn't want to be in Boston any longer. For whatever reason, he didn't want to be in Brooklyn. If you watch Kyrie, there's something said about finding a wife, having kids that mature some men. And I believe that's where Kyrie is in his life now. He didn't have those things in Cleveland. He didn't have those things in Boston. He was getting those things, I believe, at the end in Brooklyn. But whatever happened, Kyrie, he has changed the narrative because people were saying, how could you break up LeBron James, this young team with LeBron James? You're going to go back to the finals. Whatever happened? What happened? How could you not stay with JT and JB? If I'm not mistaken, I think Al Horford was on that team also. So it was a situation where Kyrie has changed the narrative through his behavior, through his play, through his maturation process, and it's something to be commended.
But see, also, we got to give a lot of credit to the Dallas Mavericks because the thing that they did do was treat Kyrie like he's supposed to be treated. Now, here's the thing. When you talk about franchise guys, Shannon, y'all know this, they supposed to get special privileges.
Get Perk.
Every franchise guy I played with, they got special privileges. It's part of it. That's why they get paid the big bucks. Long as you go out there and produce, I could give a damn if you late to the plane. I could give a damn if you're holding up the bus. Damn it, long as you coming out there and giving us that 20, 10, and 5, KG used to be 45 minutes to an hour late to every plane ride because he had to get a massage. But we know one thing, he was going to go out there and give us that 20, 10, and 5 every single night. At the end of the day, the Dallas Mavericks did a hell of a job of making sure Kyrie Irving was treated accordingly. And with that being said, they're getting the best out of him.
And I got to say one thing. This is Kyrie with a chip on his shoulder, too, because as well, a lot of people turn their back on Kyrie in that situation. It's not just the media need to be apologizing. A lot of NBA teams probably should apologize because y'all had a chance, and a lot of people turn their back on Kyrie.
Right. Yep. And you know what? I think the thing is, guys, is that you look at a situation like, well, damn, he couldn't play with LeBron. He couldn't play with a young JT and JB. He didn't want to be there with KD and so forth and so on. They were like, well, damn, what's the perfect situation for Kyrie? Well, he's found it in Dallas. He's found someone that he can play alongside and that he's willing. He's like, this is Luka's team, and I'm okay with that. Hey, Luka, and you'll see Luka. Hey, Kai, you take it, man. I'm exhausted. Hey, Kai, do what you do. And Kyrie like, okay. But he's for the first time, I think Kyrie, because he realizes that he's the veteran presence in that locker room. He's the voice of reason now. I don't think he ever felt like that because he had LeBron in that locker room, and we know what comes along with LeBron James. Now, he should have been the voice of reason in Boston, and for whatever reason, that situation didn't work out. Now, he goes to Brooklyn, and that was a situation that he wanted. He and KD put that together, guys. He wanted. They could have gone to the Knicks. They could have gone anywhere as a package deal. And nobody's turning those two guys down. I don't know why. And I don't really care why it didn't work. It didn't work. Now all I care about is this man seems to be extremely happy. And I think it has more to do with what he has going on off the court with a wife and his kids. He's found his purpose. And, sometimes, what gets you out of bed? What makes you spring out of bed? You don't need an alarm clock. That is your purpose. And once you find your purpose, you can find peace. Kyrie is at peace. He's found his purpose. He's found his peace. And it's you see what's happening on the court. And he's playing at an extremely high level. He's always been talented. What is Kyrie doing now that we haven't seen him do since he's been in the league, Perk? Yeah. We've seen him dance on people, hit big shot after big shot, finish at the rim with either hand. Kyrie Irving he hit one of the biggest shots in NBA Finals history. So him taking over the fourth quarter, I'm not surprised because I saw LeBron James a lot of times would give Kyrie the ball and go stand in the corner. In Game 7, he said, hey, Ty Lue, Kyrie can go get the best shot. Give him the ball. So Kyrie is not doing anything that I have not seen him do before in his entire NBA career. He's just at peace now, and he's flourishing.
Yep, happy to see it and witness it. He has the best closeout game record, 14-0 in the NBA. So I can't wait to see what kind of show he puts on tonight.